Today, we are going to do some manifestations with water. But before we go into the water manifestation, I can feel today's heaviness, right? I can feel that there's a lot of heaviness in you guys and in me, and the energy is very dense. So you'll notice that my energy is a little low today. And that's okay, right? We're all not going to be rainbows and butterflies 24/7. So a lot of you have figured out something. I don't know what it is. Similar to me, you kind of went through something. Maybe you've been watching my videos and you've realized that you did something based on the videos, which is great, and that it didn't turn out the way that you had planned. And it sort of might be a little better, but you're still uncertain about something. Maybe you're disappointed in someone else, or you're disappointed in yourself. It's possible that something wasn't as it seems, or someone wasn't as they seem, and you're really disappointed in that. And you know, I feel like you're more disappointed in yourself for possibly falling back into an old pattern. That's really possible. That's what happened to me. So the energy that's going around right now is because of this new moon. Yeah, not new moon, sorry. Full moon that's happening, right? What this is giving us a chance to do is let go of the past, right? Let go of these old patterns that we have. And it's calling us to raise our vibration. And I'll talk a lot about raising your vibe and things like that. And letting go of old belief systems, old patterns, old, pain, trauma, hurt. Um, and it's really calling you to do that, right? And calling you to raise your vibration, which is huge. And I will talk a little bit about why that's important. But whatever you're going through right now, just know that, like I talked about yesterday, everything is for your highest good, whether it feels that way or not. And it's interesting because since I've been doing these videos and it's only been a couple days, I've already reached a whole new level. A whole new level of insight. Definitely, you guys are getting upgraded. I'm getting upgraded. We're all getting upgraded. I do want to let you know that me showing up here, it may look like, I have it all together. I have nothing together. Nothing together. I think the difference is that I have a lot of knowledge, I guess you could say, or wisdom, or whatever this is. I don't know what this is that I have, but I certainly don't have it to my life together. My life is a fucking shit show, to be completely honest with you. As is probably a lot of you, right? I left my husband, and I'm kind of going through this divorce, but that's not finalized. I got issues with my kid and the divorce, and living in separate homes, and my business wasn't doing so well. And obviously, you guys know my mom has cancer, and so there's just a lot of stuff that's a mess in my life. So even though I look like I have it together, I certainly don't. And I will be completely honest with you guys about that. Um, I'm just like the rest of you, searching for happiness, searching for love, searching for, fulfillment and freedom. And I think that, through my search, and really everything I do is through my suffering. That sounds so funny, but that's so true. Like, I think that we need to be more open and honest about our sufferings, so that we don't judge each other so much, right? Like we really don't have to have it all together. We don't need to know everything. We don't have to live these perfect lives. We don't. It's fucking exhausting to be perfect all the time, right? I talked about that in probably video one. Like, being perfect isn't helping you, right? And not sharing your hardships with people is not helping you. And I'll be the first one to admit that, you know, opening up and sharing about, my hot mess of a life right this second is, or really forever, is difficult, right? We put on, again, these facades, right? These masks that we live these perfect lives, and we don't, and we know it. And we're tired of, you know, putting up with this, and we're tired of being judged and judging others. And I think that's really what this is about, like what I'm doing right now, whether this is for right this second or 30 years from now, I have no idea. But it's just so that you guys become more honest with yourselves, right? And more honest with other people. Because we live in a world that is just full of these things trying to tell us to be perfect or to be, you know, people that we're not. And I know that sounds so cliche, right? But, you obviously can tell in the tone of my voice that, today's not a perfect day. Yesterday was definitely not a perfect day. I certainly have 5-star fucking days, don't get me wrong. But, it's okay to admit that, you cried today, or you're upset, or you're pissed off, or you're angry, or you're angry at yourself, or you feel like a failure, or you don't like your life. Like, you know, like these things are okay, guys. It's all right to just let your hair down, especially here in this space. Like, yeah, yesterday I discovered again that, I was going through an old pattern, and I was questioning my intuition about certain things. And, it kind of threw me for a whim, because I was like, shit, I did this again. I didn't trust myself. I, trusted somebody else or something else, or, other people. And it got confusing. So today, when we do this water manifestation, we're just going to start with clarity, okay? Because a lot of you, like we talked about yesterday, with like the what's it called, with Chidi, right, from the show The Good Place, right? When we live up here in our head, and we lack the clarity. So again, some of you guys are struggling, with your relationships, whether this is love or this is toxic, right? Or you're struggling with your job, whether this is your dream job or it's toxic, right? Or relationships with your parents, is this real or is this toxic? Relationships with, friends, is this real? Is this toxic? Is this really what I want? It's funny because the world basically tells us what we want, right? We all want to be superstars, or, influencers, right? Doing things that, well, I guess is fun and you make money from it, right? But the question really is, do you really want to be this skinny person? Do you really want to be this person that is superficial, right? Like, or do you really want to be just yourself? Right? But the world tells us that we aren't allowed to be ourselves. That's what the world tells us, that we're not allowed, right? We're not allowed to be chubby, right? We're not allowed to speak the truth, especially as women. We we are told to just, not stray the beaten path, right? To look pretty, to be polite, to be nice, um, to worry about what we're saying. Like, even as I'm on here, like, I sometimes worry about what I say, right? Like, and how it's going to affect somebody else. And instead of just like, being a bitch or whatever, like, right? Like, we're not allowed to screw up. We're not allowed to be a bitch. We're not allowed to stand up for ourselves. We're not allowed to ask for what we want. We're told to be, these people pleasers and things like that. And it crushes us. It crushes our soul, and it's really devastating for a lot of women. And so even though I don't have my life together, and you probably don't either, that's not why I'm here. I'm not here to, make you feel bad about your life. I'm here to share my life with you, and give you some insights on how to just be you, how to listen to your intuition, right? There's a lot of, especially if you're spiritual or whatnot, there's a lot of gurus out there. There's a lot of, priests and, whatever, out there, telling you to kind of look outside of yourself, right? And everybody, tells you to make sure that, you're falling in line, you're fitting in, you're being this person that everybody else wants you to be. And the truth is, you don't need a guru. You don't need a spiritual leader to tell you what to do. You don't need your parents to tell you what to do. You don't need to fit in. You need you, right? What I learned from coaching moms is that you are your own best healer. You are your own best spiritual guru. You are your own best spirit, I guess you could say, right? Like that is just, you are it, right? You don't need these other people validating you, right? You don't need to look for endless answers. Everything that you need comes from within. And I think really that's what I try to get at with my clients. So I'll give you an example. When I worked with moms, they had gone to a therapist or they started a medication or their doctor told them whatever. And they would come to me and they'd be like, something else is wrong. I know something else is wrong. There's something part of this picture I'm not getting. I the doctors are telling me one thing, but I feel something else. And so what I would do is I would just basically ask them. So like what I do is just say, hey, well, what do you feel is wrong, right? What do you feel is going on? What do you feel like you need, right? Because what you need, right? The doctor doesn't know everything, right? The therapist doesn't know everything. The coach doesn't know everything. Like, you know what you need. And sometimes we search for outside clarification for what we need or how to heal or how to do this or whatever. Granted, we do need to grab some, educational experiences and things like that. But at the end of the day, what matters is what you know you need. And what I would find is that as soon as I would ask my moms that, they'd be like, there's something wrong with my hormones. And so I'd say, okay, well then go to a specific type of doctor. And I would say, okay, go and get your blood work done and see if there's an issue there. And sure enough, what would happen is what they knew inside would be confirmed, right? And they would find out that they have Graves' disease or thyroidosis or whatever, which are all very common, unfortunately, after giving birth. And they would feel relieved, like, oh my God, I listened to myself. I knew something wasn't right. And now they found the person that they needed to help them, right? So a lot of times, like if your doctor tells you something or your parents tell you something or your spouse or whatever tells you something and something is off, something is wrong, or you need a different type of help or a different type of therapy or something like that, or that it's not aligned with your values, like that is your inner voice talking to you. That is that voice that is saying, stop listening to everybody else. Stop trying to get this outside validation. Like, you already know. You already know. So you need to listen. So today I'm going to teach you how to do that. Now, why is this important that we listen to our intuition? Why is it important that, we don't search for the outside? Well, a couple different reasons, right? When we look outside of ourselves, it causes confusion, right? And I'm the first to admit to do this like a crazy person. Especially when it comes to universal signs. I'm constantly like trying to, look up tarot card readings or like, look for signs in this, look for signs in that, and it gets confusing. So if you are that type of person that you're on the internet trying to diagnose yourself, or like the rest of us, or trying to figure out this situation or that situation, you're talking to thousands of people, getting their insights and their advice, right? Maybe you want to start a business, maybe you want to go back to school, maybe you want to do this, and you're looking for everybody to tell you what to do, right? What's the right way, what's the wrong way, because you don't want to make the wrong decision, right? But there is no real wrong decision, okay? It's only you will feel that it feels wrong. That's the only way I can explain it. Your intuition will tell you that something isn't right. What you're seeing about a situation, a job, a person, a relationship, whatever, your intuition will tell you something's off. And what happens is when we grab all this input from other people and other sources and gurus and religious leaders and yada, 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 and you'll hear my thing about all that shit, but you lose sight of what you already know. And you get confused and you get lost and you feel lost, right? And then your anxiety kicks in, right? And then so you might not be able to sleep, you might not be able to eat, you might have like constipation or diarrhea, right? Like something isn't right. And sometimes your intuition gets skewed, right? So You might have a feeling, but you don't know, the feeling is so strong, but you don't know what that feeling is, right? You don't know what the truth of the situation is, or the truth of, the person or whatever, and it gets confusing. So to unconfuse yourself, you need to stop looking outside for the answers, and come within to look, to ask yourself, really, what is the truth of this situation? How can I gain clarity? Because, like I said, there is no right or wrong decision about what you're doing. You're just doubting what you already know, right? So if you have this hit to, again, get a job, or this hit to talk to this person, or this, and you'll know it's a hit because you'll want to do it. It's almost like a call. You're like, I got to do this. I got to do this. I got to do this, whatever. And then you hear somebody say, no, I don't think that's a good idea. I think you should get a regular job like everybody else, or no, I don't think you should go talk to that person, because of X, Y, and Z. Or yes, you should get that job. That sounds great. Or yes, you should talk to that person. Or yes, you should get married. Or no, you shouldn't. Or blah, blah, blah. Right. So what happens is, instead of just answering what is already inside you, you have now grabbed everybody else's shit, right? All of their limiting beliefs, right? All of their yuckiness. Yuckiness in a way is just their projections, right? Their unhealed traumas, their strong limiting beliefs, right? Like these negative belief systems that they have that maybe you don't have, right? And you're trying to break free of these. But instead of breaking free by listening to yourself, you're focused so much on what everybody's going to think about what you're doing, right? You're looking for the validation, right? What if they think that I'm crazy? What if they think that I'm off my rocker, right? What if they think this? What if they think that? What if they judge me? And then you base your decisions on what all of these people are telling you, right? As opposed to what you actually want to do, what that inner knowing is telling you, like what it's telling you. And so it causes this confusion, which then obviously leads to anxiety and depression and so many more things. Again, I'm not a therapist. I'm not here to diagnose you or anything. I'm just saying this is what happened to me and a lot of my clients when we don't listen to ourselves. Now, when we do listen to ourselves and our intuition, sometimes we need permission to do that, right? So right now I'm giving you straight up permission to just listen to yourself, just like I do with all of my mom clients, is that if you think something's wrong and it's something's not right, something's not right. Go and figure that out. Don't listen to everybody else. If you feel called, if you know that something is right, go and do that. Go and do that for yourself. Don't listen to everybody else. Now, this becomes really complicated, right? So every time I'm on here, I'm going to rack your brain and your soul a little bit, which is fine. But what happens is it gets convoluted. So I'm going to show you a really easy way to gain a lot of clarity really quickly about a situation, how to really tap into your intuition and be clear about it. Now, I will tell you that when you tap into your intuition, it's both good and bad, right? Because everything is light and dark, right? We have the light side and the shadow side. So when you get into this intuition side, it's not scary, but you will be disappointed in other people. You will be just slightly disappointed in yourself that you missed the signs, you missed the red flags, you didn't do something sooner, or you waited too long, or things like that. Okay, but the good news is that as you realize that, over the years you didn't listen to yourself, you will now start to listen to yourself. And then you will do what I was talking about yesterday. You will be brave. You will be bold. You will be confident. You will be empowered. And you will learn not to care what other people think. And you will learn how to validate yourself and your own feelings and trust yourself. Really, that is what we are ultimately looking to do, is trust ourselves, trust our intuition, trust the decisions we make, trust the universe, trust God, source, whatever you believe in, right? That is what we're looking for. That is fulfillment, right? That's freedom, is to be able to trust ourselves and listen to ourselves, right? We are our own best guru, our own best healer, right? We are that. There is nobody else that can give you that except for yourself. So with that being said, let's get into the water manifestation. So I don't know if you guys have ever heard of the water experiment that was done by Dr. Masaru Emoto. I heard about this years ago, and it's quite incredible. You're going to see my water manifestation here, but basically, you should totally look it up. It's awesome. But he discovered that water, just like other things like plants and animals and whatever, respond to vibrations, right? And that water, like if you put them in like containers, right? And he sent, hateful words to it. And it changed the structure of the water, right? So I don't know what the structure of water looks like, but let's say it changed it into a blob, right? And then he sent wonderful words to these specimens of water, right? Like, I love you, like, you're wonderful, whatever. And it turned into kind of like a snowflake looking structure of the molecule of water, right? Then he did kind of what I'm going to show you guys how to do is he put like actual words on the water. So he didn't actually say anything to the water. He just put words on them, lots of hateful words and lots of loving and, gratitude words. And it changed the structure of the water. And it caused them to like blob out or become like yucky. And the other ones were like, beautiful structures of water, like incredible structures of water. Now, I'm not going to go into this because you can look it up, but basically, why is that important? What does that mean, right? It means that water is extremely powerful, right? It picks up vibrational energies, right? Thought, everything is vibrations. Picks up thoughts, it picks up feelings. It actually, he found that it picks up sound, right? Words, everything. It picks up everything and it changes its structure, which is incredible, right? Okay, guess what? We are mostly made of water. I think we're, if I got it right, I'm pretty sure we're 60% water, and I'm pretty sure our brain is 75% water, right? The world is however many percent water, 75% water. Okay, so water is huge. Water is huge. And when we talk about negative thoughts, right, and negative feelings, and the way we talk to ourselves and the negative self-talk we have, what is incredible is that because the water changes the structure, right, it actually changes our cellular structure, right, because we are mostly water. So every time you talk negative about yourself to yourself or negative situations, you're changing the structures in your brain and your body, right? And especially in your brain, you're causing neural pathways that connects, right? That's what brings our subconscious, and that's what runs. I think it's 95 or 98% of our life. So you're gonna now be worried every time you pick up water. Okay. Also, water has memory, so it actually can allow. Like, if I'll give you an example, they put like a flower into a bowl of water, right? Took the flower out and froze the water. When the water froze, it froze with an indentation of water, of the flower, right? Without the flower actually being there. So water has memory. So your body, if you do not change the cellular structure or molecules, I don't even know what I'm saying because I'm not a scientist, of the water that's in your body, it will just hold this memory consistently, right? So this is where those thought patterns and those beliefs that you have, they keep coming, right? And maybe you keep attracting the wrong men, or you keep attracting jobs you hate, or bosses that you hate, or you have this hateful feeling toward yourself, or you're constantly unhealthy, or you're constantly chubby, or like, whatever the issue is, right? It's because of the structure of the molecules in your body, which are water. So I'm going to teach you how to change that really, really quickly. And it's really incredible how quickly this really works. First things first is you actually have to believe what I'm saying. So you probably have to go look up the, what's it called? The experiment that he did. So go and look that up just so you have a little bit more confirmation that what I'm talking about is actually real. It's a scientific fact. Like, I'm not just pulling this out of my ass, okay? And the next thing I want you to do is, I can wait for you if you guys want, but you need a small glass of water or a big one. I try to use whatever I drink throughout the day. Or you can use, look, I got so, I got so many stickers on my water. This is insane. Okay, so you need a glass of water. You need to fill it, okay? Then you need a Post-it or a piece of paper. Post-its are easier because you could stick them on all day and just leave them there. So really, when you use a Post-it, that's probably the best. But if you don't have one, you don't need one. You can just put a piece of paper. Now you could literally do this for anything, but we're going to start small, so that you can get confirmation that this actually works. All right. So what I want you to do is we're just going to focus on clarity. All right. Because that's really what you're looking for, is clarity in a situation. So think of a situation that's causing you immense amount of anxiety, and you're like analyzing all these different parts and these pieces, and you don't know how this happened or why this is going on or why you feel this way or what is the truth of the situation. So find whatever that is. Okay. Now you're going to do, I'll give you an example. I was helping somebody yesterday with this. Okay. So I'll show you here. So I put 100% clarity, right? I don't know if you guys can see up here, but 100% clarity and a sign, okay? So what I put, now you're going to put below it what the issue is, right? So the issue for some of you might be, is this real love or is this toxic love, right? Am I really feeling love for this person, or is this person actually toxic for me, right? You could do this for your job. Do I really love this job, or is it toxic for me? Okay. So you're going to do this only for a situation that you need clarity about and that you actually want it pretty quickly, right? Okay, so once you fill the cup up with water, you can fill the whole thing or just a little bit. It doesn't really matter. You are going to be grateful for the water, okay? Water is amazing. You can't live without it, right? So you're going to hold the water and you're going to be like, I love you, water. Like, I can't live without you. Like, this is amazing. I didn't know you could hold memory. I didn't know that you had cellular structures that change with thoughts and things like that. And you're just going to feel total gratitude towards this. The more gratitude you feel, the better the water is going to start to change its molecules. So you're just going to hold on to it and just be as grateful as humanly possible. Try to think from your heart. You can think about all the things you're grateful for in your life, whatever, no matter how big or small. But the most thing you want to do is be grateful for the water itself, because it keeps you alive. It's keeping your body alive even if you don't drink it, right? It's keeping your brain functioning. So you're focusing solely on, oh my God, this water is amazing. Then you're going to give thanks to whatever you believe in, whether it's universe, goddess, God, source, whatever you call it, spirits. You are going to, Allah, whatever. You're going to give thanks to whatever's out there, okay? Then the next thing you're going to do is you're going to focus on 100% clarity of something, okay? You're going to tell yourself, as if it was happening right now. So like, thank you so much for 100% clarity on blah, 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 right? And you're going to say, I thank you for a sign, right? A sign that is clear, concise, and irrefutable, to the point where like, you just know, like, this is your sign. Like, there is no, like, you're like, oh, this is all like a real sign. Oh my God, this is like irrefutable evidence that this is really like super clear, right? Like, you want the clearest sign as possible. And you're going to focus solely on that this is so clear. Thank you so much for this clear sign. And then what it feels like after you receive the sign. So for most of you, it's going to be relief. You're going to be like, okay, thank God. Like, I got this sign. Oh, thank God. I'm so happy. Thank you, universe. Like, you're awesome. Like, oh my God, I don't know what I would do without you. Right? And you're just going to keep holding on to the water as you do this. Focus solely on the clarity of the sign. Yes, oh my God, I feel such relief, okay? If you want to take it a step further into what we call quantum jumping, is you will find the version of yourself in the multiverse. So just close your eyes for a second and be like, whatever your name is, I normally say, Danielle, like the version of me that received this clear sign, where are you, right? And I will allow her to just like pop into my brain, and I will look at her and I will see her, and she will say something like, the sign is better than you could imagine. Like, this is amazing. You're going to feel amazing. You're going to feel relief, right? And just focus on that, right? Then take the person that you see, that's you, and pull it into your body for a second. And feel the relief from the sign. You're like, yes, I got a sign. Thank God. Like, whatever. I feel relief. I'm excited. I'm happy. This is exactly what I wanted. This is exactly what I needed, and so on and so forth, okay? When you're done, you have embodied this, okay? You're going to give so much thanks to the water, right? For helping you, for being water itself, for, whatnot. And then you're going to give thanks to God, source, goddess, whatever, Allah you believe in, doesn't matter. Just give total thanks for this amazing sign that you received, and the clarity that you've received from it about this specific situation, okay? I have water, so I'm going to drink my water, but you're going to hold on to the cup and you're going to slowly drink the water. As you drink the water, imagine that you're embodying the clarity, right? That you already have the answer. The sign's already here. It's already come into you, right? Now, every time you drink this water, you can go ahead and drink the whole glass if you want. Take your time. Don't gulp it down. Really embody the experience, because what you're doing is the structure of the water has changed, right? So it's now going into your body and changing the structure of the water that's already in your body. So it's changing everything that's in your body, the way that your brain thinks, the way that you feel. So as you inhale, listen to me, as you drink your water, you are going to feel it in your body that you now have clarity, that you now have a sign, that you're now connected to the universe, so on and so forth, right? You can drink it throughout the day. There's no right or wrong way to do this. Don't think that you're doing it wrong. You were totally doing it right. There's just no right or wrong way to do this. You just drink the water. Just don't douse the whole thing, okay? Now you can leave it on, like I got on all my cups that are clearly, I got to clean throughout the day if you want, so that every time that you go to drink, you think about clarity, think about the sign, you embody the fact that you're feeling this sign, so on and so forth. Okay. The sign will come quicker than you think. Okay. Sometimes it takes, yesterday for me, it was like 3 hours. For somebody else I was helping, it was about an hour. For some, it might take a day. It might take a week. I don't know. You just trust that the sign's going to be there. Now, when the sign comes, it's going to be clear as day. And you will know. You'll be like, oh my Lord. Like, this is irrefutable evidence here. Like, this is exactly what I was looking for. This is the sign. Like, there is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Now, you may not be happy with the sign you receive, especially if it's something that's really important to you, right? And you're realizing that somebody isn't who they think say they are, or your job isn't what they say they is, or somebody's lying to you, or you're lying to yourself, or whatever. You may not be happy. But know that whatever the outcome is, whatever sign you receive is very important for you. It's going to give you so much peace and clarity about the situation that you're undergoing right now. Excuse me. So you will have so much clarity. And then follow through. You got to follow through. So once you have the sign, right, that's irrefutable. This is evidence of whatever you're going through. You must follow through. Okay. Listening to your intuition, right? That's an irrefutable sign from the universe, which means that it's just confirmation of what you already know. Even if you're disappointed or maybe you're excited, it doesn't matter. Whatever it is, you must follow through with it. Take the step. Leave the person. Go here. Go there. Start that job. Leave that job. Whatever it is, you got to do it. Okay. My job is to teach you how to trust yourself, trust the universe, hone your intuition, because that is your power. That is your power. All power stems from within, okay? Not outside. Now, after you receive this irrefutable sign, I want to know about it, okay? I want to be like, holy shit, this worked, okay? Then I want you to just take it a step further, okay? For some of you, like for me, I got my dream job on here, right? Okay. But on my backside, it says clarity on what my dream job is, right? And 100% trust and what does that say? And follow through with my intuition. So you're going to do the same exercise, but you're going to pick something bigger. Okay. And for most of you, the best case scenario is going to be to trust and follow through with your intuition, right? Because that is going to lead you to your dream job, to your dream mate, to your dream house, to your dream life, to whatever. The only way you're going to get what you want is when you start following your intuition. I know some of you can't see this, but you want to be able to trust and follow through with your intuition. That is the most important thing. When you begin to trust it and follow through, life becomes easier. Right? You're not like Chini and I stuck in our freaking heads like, right? You're not going to have this level of confusion. And when you do, you will come back to this water exercise and you will ask for clarity and a clear sign. The more times you do that, the easier life will become. the happier you'll become. The more you will attract the right people, the right circumstances, the right jobs, the right things into your life. Like I'm doing right now. Like my hope is that I'm attracting the right people, right? I'm tired of attracting the wrong people. I want the right people to come here, right? Hear what I have to say, things like that. And I want you to hear exactly what you need to hear, right? So that's me following through with my intuition. I never know what I'm going to talk about until I get on here, right? And that's the beauty of it, because I'm doing whatever you guys are telling me you need, right? So following through your intuition. So start small first, get the confirmation so that your belief gets bigger. Your belief is the strongest thing in the world, right? Your intuition and the belief that all things are possible. Sometimes we need some confirmation that things are possible. And sometimes we need confirmation that it is safe for us to believe, right? It is safe for us to have clarity. It's safe for us to have an awesome life and to be healthy and to be happy and free, right? And have love and joy. We need confirmation. This will be your confirmation. Get your confirmation first and then move on to something bigger. Something bigger. Okay. Let me take a drink of my water and think if there's anything else for you guys. Okay. I got one more thing for you. If you are feeling disempowered, right? Lost per se, okay? Coupled with this little exercise, I'm going to give you one more thing that you can do. Okay, there's these things, and I can't really say them right. Mudras. It's sort of it's hand motions that you can use to meditate. Okay, you can also just use them to just like focus on something. So if for some reason you get an answer that you don't love, because I didn't love my answer the other day, so I was like disappointed as shit, and I was like, damn, I should have listened to myself, and I was all upset. So I felt disempowered, like something was wrong with me, right? Like that I failed at something or whatever. The truth is you didn't fail. You just learned a new lesson, and really that's what it is. You're just learning freaking lessons over and over again. So you learned a lesson, and that's okay. What you're learning to do is trust yourself. So if you feel disempowered at whatever reason, you can look this up, mudras, right? But I'm going to show you this little card. So you're going to hold your hands like this, okay? You can try right now. So touch your index finger to your thumb on each of your hands, right? Bring the joined thumbs and index fingers of each hand to meet. Join the middle fingers and soften the other fingers naturally. Bring the diamond shape to rest at your solar plexus, which is right by your belly button. And you're going to face it outward. Okay. Relax your shoulders, lengthen your spine, and you're going to focus on this. Okay. My inner light is vibrant, unique, and empowering. My inner light is unique, vibrant, and empowering. Right. Okay. So somebody up here is saying learning and unlearning. Yes, absolutely. Yes, that's what we're doing. We are unlearning old shitty patterns and learning new ones, right? Learning new ways to be in the world, learning new ways to be ourselves, right? Learning the whole purpose of this kind of like energetic portal that's happening right this second is to unlearn things that don't work for you anymore. Unlearn these patterns, right? Unlearn them. Start learning new ones. Start learning new patterns, new beliefs, right? Things that are empowering, right? That's what we're talking about. Empowerment, right? It's all about empowering yourself, okay? You don't need somebody else to make you feel better, right? You need you to make you feel better. You don't need someone to hype you up. I mean, I'm a pretty good hype girl, but you don't need somebody to hype you up. You need to hype up yourself. You need to feel empowered, right? You have that power in you to control your thoughts, to control your feelings, to be with your feelings, be with your thoughts, empower yourself, talk to yourself, right? That is your job. That's what you're learning to do, is be your own best healer, your own best coach, to parent yourself, to listen to yourself. That is what this is about, okay? Things that are positive and reassuring of who you are at your highest self. Yes, thank you. Thank you for joining. Yes. So hopefully this is reassurance for you that you are on the right path, you're doing the right things, you're letting go of the old, right? And allowing the new to come in, right? Sometimes, at least with me, letting go of the old is scary and it's hard and it's all you know, it's comfort, right? uh, I'll tell you with my toxic relationships, right? When a guy feels like home, okay, home, if you had a toxic childhood or you didn't know you had a toxic childhood and you actually did, if somebody feels like home, that's not a good sign, right? So you want to let go of these beliefs that you're holding on to that no longer serve you. And it can be difficult and it can be scary because then what does that mean? What's next, right? If everything I thought I knew and believed and trusted in isn't real, then what is, right? What is? So all I can say is that from my experience is you just let it go, right? When you're moving into this higher vibrational level, right? What I mean is you're being upgraded, right? The universe is upgrading you just by your belief systems, right? What you feel worthy of, what you feel deserving of, and it's upgrading you so much that it's literally forcing you to just say, "Whoop, you guys got to go," or "This has to go," or "This no longer serves me," and it does it until you decide to be like, "Okay, universe, like." I'm leaving my job. I heard you, They might actually lay you off, right? The universe might lay you off of your job just because you weren't listening to yourself, right? You might, your husband might ask for a divorce, right? Because you're not listening to yourself, right? Whereas I said, no, I'm listening to myself. I'm getting the freak out of here, right? Like, so that those are the things that will happen. So if you're not listening to yourself and the universe, which is telling you to let go of these old things, these old thought patterns, these old beliefs, it's going to throw it to you right in your face. And I mean that in the best way possible. It's just going to whack you. And then you're going to be like, oh shit, like now you feel disempowered, right? You're like, why didn't I listen to myself? Why did I do this? Yada, yada, yada. So, start empowering yourself. And someone up here is saying when you achieve higher frequencies, you attract things that are higher frequencies. Yes, I love who is ever like jumping on and off here. Like, thank you. Thank you so much I love this. Yes, you are absolutely 100% correct, right? So the higher your frequency, the more things that you attract into your frequency that are at your level now, right? Your new belief system, your new patterns, your new beliefs, right? And very quickly everything that is not in that frequency is just going to melt away, and that's for your good, right? Because those lower frequencies and lower vibrational people and places and things are literally holding you down from being your best self, from stepping into your power, right? From stepping into who you are and who you're meant to be. So allow them to leave your life. Allow the lower vibrations to go away. Even if it's hard, even if it's a childhood friend or a marriage you've been in for years, or even if it's, a job you've been for 30 years. I don't know what you guys are doing, but whatever it is, it clearly isn't serving you, and you knew that, and you still know that. So just say, yeah, this really sucks. Like, this is hard. Like, this is all I know. This is all I've been taught. This is all that's safe. Well, it's not safe anymore, and it's not good for you anymore, and it's not your highest calling anymore. It's not for your highest good. So let it go. It's scary. I get it. I know I want to hold on to it too, but it's not good for you. It never was. Whatever this is you're going through, it was not good for you, right? And now that you've upgraded yourself and you raised your vibe and you have more clarity, good things are ready to come in. So you got out with the new, like yesterday I talked about, out with the old, in with the new. In with the new. Allow the universe to give you its gifts. It's telling you, here are the gifts. Blah, blah, blah. Here. But you got to get rid of all that shit first, right? Like when you clean out the house, you declutter, right? We're decluttering our life, okay? And that's scary. When we declutter people, right? That's terrifying. Decluttering friends, oh, God forbid we declutter our friends or family members, right? Like, that's the worst. Declutter a job that gives us security. No, we have to do that. Just like we declutter our house, we get rid of old clothes that we don't like or no longer fit us. We got to declutter our life of people and places and things that no longer serve our highest good. So a whole bunch more people can come in, right? New love, new exciting opportunities, new jobs, right? Your dream job. You just don't know. And I'm here to try to entice you to listen to yourself, right? And to follow through and to be empowered and step into your power and stop being so afraid, right? Trusting yourself, trusting the universe that all things are always working out for your highest good. Okay. As we reach the top of the time here, thank you so much for all of you who have joined. Somebody on here needs to tell me something or wants to help me with something. If that's you, or you got to give me constructive criticism or something, just reach out. I'm here. I'm open to any kind of feedback that you have for me at all times. If this is helpful for you, please give me a wonderful like or share with somebody who needs to hear whatever happened today. And know and trust that you are in the right place at the right time always. And the more you trust your intuition, the easier life is going to be for you. The happier you're going to be, the more fulfilled you're going to be, and your life will become magical. So even if it's a hot mess like mine, let me be your hope, right? Like the Pandora box, let me be your hope, all right? And find the hope within you, That's there. It hears you, okay? All right. And so today's Thursday. I may or may not be here tomorrow. I'm actually getting a COVID vaccine shot that just like dropped into my lab. Thank you, universe, I guess. I wasn't going to get it, but I am now getting it because it just came to me. So I'm going to get it at 9. So I don't know if I'll be here at 10. But I will show up in some space and time. Okay. So I will let you know. Thank you so much for joining. And until next time, love you all. Sending you so much light and love.